Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Talking Stick. As always, my name is Jess, and I will be your hostess today and every day. So, I'm trying something new where I'm actually going to pre record all of the sessions or episodes and upload them as premieres this week. So, please feedback on this and let me know. I have gotten feedback that people do not want me to do any type of editing because I do only do one run through so that it's really authentic, because that's part of this. If we were sitting together in conversation, it wouldn't be scripted. So that's the point, okay? Today we're going to talk about something that's actually a really big interest and practice of my own, energy work and vibration. When I first got into holistic health, let's see, 99, I believe it was the year 1999, and it was just nothing. There was, like it is now. There was no real respect for it. People would tell me that it was like a guise for prostitution, which I think is super weird, but I guess in the past it has been. So, but now it's becoming a fully respected form of healthcare and self-health, I guess self-health would be the appropriate term. But anyhow, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about that for those of you who do not understand what that is, what people are talking about. And for me, it was just sort of when I first heard about energy, it was a really weird situation. I was in massage school in this 800-hour medical massage course, and my teacher was actually a chiropractor. So he had absolutely no belief in energy, and we weren't told anything about it. We were actually told that it doesn't even exist, that it's not real. So during the course, we had to do 25 clinical massage sessions, and so many of my clientele fed back that while the massage was great, that I was giving unapproved energy work. Excuse me. And as you can imagine, I'm like, what is this? And as someone who's like somewhat of a perfectionist and stuff, I'm like trying to like really navigate that as to what I'm doing wrong with these people. And so basically, the counselor and the woman who ran the clinic, just sort of pulled me aside and said, we're getting some really amazing feedback. This isn't really something I've experienced before, but maybe you need to start disclosing that you do energy work. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. How can I tell people that's what I'm doing? I'm like, yeah, I do this thing, just don't worry about it. It's just vibes. And, I really didn't know. So anyhow, it was a very big component of my energy work, of my body work, and I continued post after I injured myself and couldn't do the body work, doing energy work for bands, via art, as well as presence and on musicians, to help them out. So I just thought it would be cool, because now, there's like shirts at Walmart that say like good vibes and stuff like that. So I thought this would be a good topic. So I learned a lot here too, to be honest. So I thought there was a really cool quote, and like by Nikola Tesla, and it goes something like, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And Nikola Tesla was kind of a badass, honestly. He was a little bit kind of like OCD and a little weird, and I think Edison was more commercially viable, and honestly, kind of probably ripped off Nikola a lot, but so, I mean, he created all kinds of things that we're using now, and I think that's really cool. So he was someone who really believed that all living things were based out of this premise. So energy is life force that flows through all things. Frequency is the rate at which it vibrates, and vibration is the intensity of the energy. So they all kind of float around the same concept and describing them from different perspectives. So vibrations are like a rhythm, sort of like many things in nature, the heartbeat, the ocean waves, circadian rhythms, seasons. So scientists have studied like vibration and using atomic force microscopes, and determined that vibration is detected, on nanoscale. So it's much smaller than 1/1000th of the diameter of a single piece of hair, right? So, I mean, think about that. You can barely see, you can't see this, a little tiny piece of hair, 1/1000th. Okay, so that's how subtle energy really is. So vibrations generate an electromagnetic wave, energetic wave. And researchers have found that, vibes and electromagnetic energy associate to changes in cells, which can actually eventually or can directly affect bodily functions. All molecules vibrate at different rates, right? So similar to like temperature, wherein warm heat has a faster vibrational rate than cold, right? So it's the same molecules, they're just moving at different rates based on temperature. Okay, so that's a really good metaphor, I think, because thoughts and behaviors also affect this process and bodily rhythms. Anxious thoughts can trigger higher blood pressure, higher heart rate, and then will actually affect the vibrational patterns. Music is also vibration and can then directly affect thoughts and behaviors, emotions, and things like that. So researchers believe that it's possible to change the vibration on an atomic cellular level by changing our thoughts, behaviors, and environment. So again, like I was just saying, anxious thoughts, versus calm thoughts. And the funny part is that, anxious thoughts and everything raise the raise the heart rate and all of that, but lower your vibration. And a calm perspective actually raises your vibration, okay? So that's why like meditation and things like that will help to raise your vibration, as we'll discuss later. So, for example, joy, peace, love, and acceptance, high vibes. Anger, despair, fear, sadness, low vibes. So when someone says, oh, that person's so high vibe, that's a way of saying like they're really joyful and loving and accepting, of their reality. If someone says someone is low vibe, then they're lying, they're angry, they're in despair, they're fearful, all those things. So for reference points. So how do we change our vibration, right? So how do we bring from a low to a high vibration? Breath work, meditation, like I just said. The word, the chanting Om actually deactivates the process, deactivates the areas of the brain that process emotion, and which is really helpful for becoming clear and lowering your energetic, anxious, all of those like intense emotions that actually cause you to be lower vibration, right? So gratitude, generosity, diet. Leafy greens are great for high vibration. Fruit, legumes, minimally processed grains, honey, and, spring water, herbal tea. So, nature is also very high vibration, so the natural sounds, the light, the negative ions, waves, the color green in nature is actually, and I've always said that, I've loved, the natural layers of green, so you can see all different, from light to dark green, like in one visual experience, and it just always makes me feel so so amazing. So, yeah, I always said if I ever go to Ireland, it'll be the only time in my life that I just don't want to sleep. You know, just take in all the green. So yeah, nature also lowers your stress, the stress cortisol, the stress hormone cortisol, lowers blood pressure, decreases fatigue, and also can actually decrease the risk of cardiovascular and respiratory illness. So fresh air. And what are some of the actions and a few things that you can do in your life to increase your energetic value? You know, there's all kinds of things. Really do what makes you happy. Love yourself, you know. But energy healing, you can go to energy healing practitioners to help you out with that. And you can also do yoga. There's all types, of yoga, and I prefer the kind that is more calming, but there's also, there's the more athletic, movement with breath, and vinyasa and like yin yoga. That's the kind I prefer. Yin and restorative yoga are my preferences. So I definitely like those because they help me to sort of calm any stress and really gently open the body. You hold the poses for a period of time. In restorative, you actually have bolsters and sandbags and things that really help gently and slowly open your body while you relax and breathe. So, those are my preferences. I also think, massage and yoga during pregnancy is really great. It's so stressful to grow a baby, and on the body and sometimes even on the mind. You can't sleep, you're nauseous, you can hardly eat, and the 9 months just seems like forever. Although for me, when I look back on it, it's one of my favorite periods of time, So, and then there's that like attracts like concept. So, and unfortunately, we do have people in the world right now who are energy vampires. Okay, so that's kind of a deeper topic, but when you are not connected to divine energetics, when you don't make a point to connect to God, or a higher power, or your own inner sort of morality, you become depleted, and low vibrational energies will tend to attract to high vibrational energies to feed. So be aware of that. It's definitely real, and it's something to be aware of as a high vibrational person, as someone who is working on that, because you are what is that quote? It's like, you are who you hang with, or something like that. So remember that you can do all the work and just be around someone who's a low vibrational vampire, and they will literally suck off your energy, so, and suck you dry, and make you more low vibration than you would be. But generally, with all that being said, like attracts like, right? So if you got a good vibe and you're out there doing your thing, loving yourself, being authentic, you're generally going to attract that into your life, whether that is through people, events, goals, things that you want. And so it's really important to remember that, your vibration is so important. And I know some people think this is just so kind of kooky or wacky, but it's really scientific. All things are energy. All things, I think they say that the majority of our reality, of our bodies even, is an energetic thing. Each atom, there's an energy, different energy in each organ, and the cellular relationships of that organ, cells, and the energy that, and their function and how they vibrate and all of that. So being lower vibration can indeed create, a really succinct environment for, a disharmonic disease. and, a general lack of health. So do your best, like sleep, eat well, drink water, exercise, go out in nature, do what makes your heart sing, whatever hobby or anything, right? Because it is so important. It really is to your general and overall health. Now, the one thing that I thought was really cool to kind of bring into this is like we were talking about the other day with manifestation, with the numerology episode. It's like, you magnetize. It's like a magnetism, okay? And so the law of attraction, we're actually going to do the 12 universal laws as an episode in the future, because I think this is really interesting as I started to look through, the 12 universal laws. And one is, there is the law of attraction, but truly, manifestation really is the law of resonance. So you will attract that which you resonate with, okay? So like we were talking about from the heart, you want to manifest the resonance of the heart, not the mind. The mind splinters. The mind is a much lower vibration than the heart vibration, which is like what the heart of the matter, there's so many ways that we actually identify the fact of that the heart is, yes, the brain is integral to existence and living, but the heart pumping the blood and everything through to the organs, it's really the source and has a very, very high vibration. So when manifesting, remember the law of resonance. So raise your vibration, do the things necessary, spend some time doing that. And as you're doing that, remember to think about and, sort of visualize what it is you'd like to manifest in your life, whatever that is. I really don't like the Secret. I don't know if you guys remember that or have heard of it. It's a book. It does help for some people who are just kind of getting into the idea of manifestation, but I think it really kind of misses the point. It's like talking about a vision board, and vision boards are great, don't get me wrong, but it's like, if you want money, put $1 million house or something up there. If you want $1 million, do it. And it's just like, well, yeah. I guess you could definitely manifest like a greater income, to be able to live the life you want to live. But if it were possible just to manifest money, who would be poor? So many of us would just be loaded. If you could just be like, I want money, 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 money. If you could just do that and it just starts raining cash, wouldn't, well, that's a dream. Some kind of dream space, money trees and stuff like that. But it is possible. It is possible to manifest, via your heart's desires, a financial situation to support those, right? But I just don't think you can just be like, I just want to be rich, I just want to be famous, and I just want to be powerful, and I just want to rule everybody and be the king of the world, and like manifest that, because where is the benefit? That's kind of low vibe, right? So, remember, you have to vibrate in harmony with that which you want to manifest. So again, this is a little bit of a short one. I just wanted to actually talk about that because it actually does relate to the rest of the week's topics, which are going to all be based around life after death. The next episode will actually discuss different religions. I think I have 16. There's said to be 4,000 religions on Earth. I just was like, 4,000. So there's just, if it can be fathomed, I think there's been a religion created for it. I think it takes 3 or more people to actually start a church. So my daughter recently told me about the Church of Jared Leto, which is kind of funny. I don't know what that's all about. I'll have to look into it, but it is not one of the ones we will be discussing. And then after that, I think it's reincarnation and karma. So we'll begin to speak about some of those, that we touch upon in the life after death episode, and talk about reincarnation and karma and what is it, and kind of how is it relatable to certain religious belief systems or spiritual belief systems. And then we will go into past life. I believe it's in the same episode, it'll be past life memories. And then near-death experiences and after-death communication will close out the week. So, if you're interested in these topics, for me, it's been a super vital sort of exploration. Once, my daughter, especially once my daughter passed away, but I will be sharing my own personal experiences with Gaia, remembering a past life or two when she was very young, and how detailed and crazy it was, because, there's no way she learned that information from TV. I was very stickler about TV and didn't have one for like 13 years. So, it's, and then I also have some after-death communication stories as well. So I invite you to tune in. I'm pretty excited. This is actually an area of study that I am so passionate about and interested in. So I welcome you to join me as we go through the week discussing the other side and how we actually, as humans, see that concept. Okay? Well, if you like this concept or this video, please do share. Please do like, subscribe, comment down below on anything you want to talk about, because I'm in a constant state of listing, new topics and coming up with new topics. So, alrighty. Well, I will see you over on the flip for life after death, as far as the religions are concerned, or 16 of them. Okay? Alrighty. Well, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.